Hello, everyone. This is your Tuesday love reading. If you are looking at this on a different date than what I'm saying, um, this is for you. It's just you see these readings when you're supposed to. So don't get discouraged if you're like, well, today's not Tuesday, so this isn't for me. No, it's not time sensitive. You see it whenever you're supposed to see it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into your love reading. Um, let's see. This is a general reading, general love reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody. But so take what resonates, whatever doesn't, leave here. See what your energy is. What's your energy in love, Spirit? What is their energy in love? What is your energy in love? Let's see. Okay. You're not saying too much about love. Maybe you're not thinking about love right now. Maybe you have a lot on your plate. Right now, love is just not. Uh, it's not a main priority. Or maybe you just have. Um, maybe you want love, but you're tired of praying for it. And you're tired of asking for it. Maybe you're in a relationship, but it's just you're having a moment in that relationship. So you're not saying too much when it comes to love. That's your energy. So let's look into that and see what that's about. We're going to pull the love jar and see what could be the problem with that. So let's go ahead and look into love for you. Spirit, what's going on in love? Why aren't they saying a lot when it comes to love? Have you given up? What's going on in love? Spirit, what's going on in love? Okay. So we have four. The first one is set better boundaries and stick to it. So maybe in your past relationships, or maybe in the relationship you're in now, you haven't really set boundaries, or you haven't really stuck to the boundaries that you set. Um, the other one is, yeah, I pulled this in the regular reading, being attentive. So are you being attentive in your relationship? Are you paying attention to things? Um, let's see. The next one is, let's see. Maybe you feel like you're loving too much, or maybe when you were in relationships, you felt like you were loving too much. You were very attentive to the person that you were with, but they overstepped a lot of boundaries in your life. Or maybe if you're in a relationship now, maybe that person, you're starting to notice that you love them a little more than they love you, or way more than they love you, and they're overstepping boundaries. Also, somebody has a crush on you. This is not this person. Spirit is saying these are two separate people. So, with everything that you're dealing with, if you're in a relationship, there's somebody outside your relationship that has a crush on you. It could be a coworker, it could be somebody online, it could be somebody that you just know, but or maybe somebody you were thinking about that you kind of suspect maybe have a crush on you. Spirit is saying somebody has a crush on you outside of this. So, if you are single and you're not saying too much about love because love has hurt you, and you were loving too much in your past relationship. You were very attentive when it came to them, but they were overstepping boundaries, and maybe you didn't set solid boundaries, or you allowed them to step them, or they just did, and you just kind of was like, okay. So it's saying you need to set better boundaries and stick to them. So even if you're in a relationship, you let your partner overstep boundaries. They're going to continue to do it if you don't stand firm on what you're saying. Okay? So, we do know somebody has a crush, um, and somebody definitely was loving too much and overstepping boundaries. This could be you, this could be them. Okay, so we're going to look at what's blocking you with love. Let's see. Let's get these in here. We're going to look at what's blocking you with love. And I hope that if you're in a relationship and there's somebody, are you feeling like you're loving that person too much and you're being very attentive to them and they're not towards you, or they're constantly overstepping boundaries and you're allowing it. I hope that you turn that around. If you want to be in this relationship, you're going to have to. And you're going to have a long talk because, a relationship can't keep going on like that with just one person being fed emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually. It won't work. You're losing yourself. You're dying inside. What's blocking you in love? Let's see, what could be blocking you in love? Yeah, I was just talking about this. This says good health, and you're going to be like, you weren't just talking about this, but I was, because if you're in a relationship and you're losing yourself in this relationship, everything is you feeding that person that you're with, and them overstepping boundaries, and them not doing the things that you do for them, them it not being equally yoked. This can cause bad health, okay? So what's blocking you is you don't. The good health is what's blocking you because you don't have it. That's what Spirit is saying. It's because everything in that you're dealing with is draining you. So you're not getting the good health that you're supposed to. This is a block. You don't have good health because this is draining you. This is causing a lot of ailments in your life because you have sleepless nights, you have nights that you cry, you have nights that you're days that you're angered, you have days that you're yelling, you're screaming, whatever it is, and it's causing high blood pressure, it's causing ailments, it's causing all that stuff. So it's blocking you from having good health because this is a love reading. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're dealing with when it comes to love, even people that are single, if you are single and you want to be loved, or you are single, because this doesn't just have to be romantically. This could be you want love in when it comes to your family. You want to feel loved when it comes to your friends. You're the one that's doing the output. You're the one that's always calling. You're the one that's always there for people when they're going through something. All of that stuff that's draining you, that will block you from having good health. Okay? So you have to, it's very important. Oh wait, things you need to work on. It's very important that you also pour into you and that you require other people to pour into you. And if they're not capable or they're not willing, you have to let these people go. You have to, even if it's family, long handle spoon them. I always say that you don't have to deal with stuff just because it's family. If you're not being fed and it's affecting your health and it's draining you, you have every right to distance yourself. And when they come around, you tell them why. Spirit says you need to ask for help. So you need to ask your spirit guides, I need help. If it's people like in your physical realm. So if, like I said, if it's family, if it's friends, hey, I need help. I feel like this is one-sided. I feel like this is draining me. I feel like, I'm doing all the work when it comes to reaching out or making sure you're good, or, making sure you feel loved and appreciated. I feel like it's just one-sided and it's starting to affect me physically. You have to tell people. So if you need to ask for help, you ask your spirit guides, God, whatever universe, whatever you believe in, you ask them for help. But do you also ask the people that this is tied to for help? This can't, you have to let them know. This can't be one-sided anymore. I can't do it. It's draining me. Area you're operating from, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve for things to be one-sided. But like I said, you have to set boundaries and you have to enforce those boundaries. And if they overstep them, there has to be consequences for that. Area you're operating from. Because if people see that you don't have boundaries, they'll walk all over you. You're operating from your soul. Yeah, so when you give your all to people, you put your heart and soul into it. You're like, okay, you need me. Let me help you. Or you can even, Spirit is saying some of you are the type that even when you could be wholeheartedly mad at somebody. Temper just flaring, blood pressure is up, but you see that person is sick or you see that person needs something and you go and help them. You may not even really talk to them while you're helping them, but you go and help them and then you go back into your house or your bubble and that's it. You can have that big of a heart because you're operating from your soul. The area that needs the most healing. And that's, don't get me wrong, a lot of people feel like, well, yeah, that's why they use me. Yeah, that is why they use you. However, people who do stuff like that, people who could put themselves out of the way and still help somebody who has wronged them, what you believe. So that's the area that needs the most healing. So if you are allowing, and this is what Spirit wants me to tell you, if you are allowing people to overstep boundaries with you, you're allowing people to get away with loving you little while you love them too much. If you are that person that's allowing that, you have to stop and think about, why am I allowing that? You know why you're allowing that? Because, not just because you love them, but because you believe that this is what you deserve. And it's like, you know it's not, but in your head, there is something that has happened in the past, either in your family childhood dynamic or in relationships, that has made you believe or made you doubt yourself to believe that you deserve this. This is all you can get. And that's not true, because you are a really good person. Spirit is saying you're like an amazing person. You know how people say love your enemies, and most people be like, I don't know, I hope they die. You know, like they really don't. Just like, you're my enemy. No, I don't care nothing about you. You're not that type. You can, it can be an enemy, and that enemy is really, the whole beef is really them and not you. But you are the type that, even if you have an enemy, you still don't wish bad on them. That's you. That's the type of person. Spirit is saying you're a very unique person. And the only reason why these little things are allowed to happen is, for one, you're not asking Spirit to step in, and for two, you feel like, deep down, you feel like you deserve this, and you don't. You don't deserve any of this. Yeah, use some money to invest in yourself. So, with your finances, whatever it is, big or small, start investing in yourself. Start figuring out what you love to do. Start focusing on you, basically, is what Spirit is saying. So whatever you love to do, maybe you've been pouring your all into other people. Maybe you're single and that's why you don't want to date. You want to be loved and you want a lifetime partner, but you don't want to date because your past experiences have been you investing into the person that you're with. Spirit is saying, start investing in yourself, okay? Because, like we said, there's somebody who has a crush on you. So maybe while you're investing, working on you, because that's usually when that person, that good person comes along, when you're over there minding your own business and you're not thinking about anybody. You're not thinking about dating. Your focus isn't on dating. Oh, when is somebody going to love me? Your focus is just on what you're doing. That's when that other person appears, okay? So let's look at what's coming towards you. What's coming towards you in love? Spirit, what's coming towards them in love? Okay, so this was on my finger. Let's see. Look at that. Didn't I say if you focus on yourself, then that good person comes? The best you ever had. So in whatever capacity that will mean, the best you ever had is coming towards you. So if you're looking for love, if you're in a relationship and you don't want this relationship to end, you're going to have to sit this person down. You're going to have to restructure this relationship, right? They're going to have to be on board in order for this to work. Because if they're like, nah, I'm not doing that, they're very resistant to everything, you're going to have to ask Spirit for help. Even if that help is giving you the will to leave so that something better comes in for you. You're going to have to do that. But it can also be, you set a boundary and you stick to it, and you think of consequences that will happen if they overstep these boundaries. You loving them too much, okay, so you pull back. You pour more into you like you pour into them. So where usually everything would be about them, you stop. You start making things about you. Sometimes when you take things away is when people realize what they had. So what's coming towards you is the best you ever had. So if you're single and there's somebody with a crush on you, and you have just been kind of like no because nothing has turned out well, Spirit is saying that you're gonna have to start giving people a chance. You don't have to start just focusing solely on love, but there are a lot of you who are single and you're saying that you want to be single, but deep down you actually want a relationship. That's for those people. There are some people who are single and they want to be single, and that's okay too. But Spirit is talking to the ones. This is the zodiac signs that I'm pulling. Spirit is saying for the ones who actually want to be in a relationship, you are going to have to let go. So we have a Leo, and as I say in all my love readings, if I pull, we have a Taurus. If I pull your sign, I mean, if I don't pull your sign, but you're resonating with this definitely applies to you regardless. We have, let's see, an Aquarius. And if I pull your sign twice, that's a cosigner, or it means that the person coming towards you is that sign, or the person you're dealing with could be that sign. We have a Sagittarius. Let's see. We have an Aries. Okay, so these people, there are somebody or a few people in these specific signs that are going to resonate with this the most, is what it means when I pull specific signs. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the angel messages. What is the angel message? Spirit, what's the angel message in love? Something good wants to come towards you is what I'm hearing, but if, like I said, if you're in a relationship and you had the talks, maybe because I'm telling you to have the talks and to restructure your relationship so that both your needs are met. There are some relationships, not all, but there are some relationships where the person doesn't even realize they're being selfish, filling a void. So there is some. Remember, I pulled best you ever had. Whoever's gonna come in, they're gonna fill this void that you have, that this belief. They're gonna change this belief that you deserve what you've always been getting. They're not gonna treat you in any way as what you were used to. This is gonna be a different person. It's gonna kind of scare you. This is for singles. This is gonna kind of scare you because you're not used to this kind of person. So you're going to think this person is fake, or what is this person hiding? But this is genuinely how this person is. They're a good person. Okay? And they're going to fill that void that you have right now when it comes to love in your relationship. You could be with this person because you're trying to fill the void of being by yourself. You don't want to be by yourself, so you're kind of allowing these kind of things to happen to you when it comes to this relationship because you don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to start over, Spirit is saying. But if you're very unhappy and this person isn't willing, now if you haven't had the conversation with this person about how you feel and what's going on, and you haven't set the boundaries and stuck to them, you do need to give them a chance to change if they're going to. But if you've been repeating yourself over and over and over to this person is who they are. They're not going to change. So you're going to have to stop using them to fill a void because you still feel empty, Spirit said. You think that, okay, well, I have the things you need. You need to know the difference between mistakes and decisions. So you could be beating yourself up because you're like, oh my God, I chose this person, and you did. You made that decision to choose that, and they also want you need to know that you are loved. Spirit is saying you are loved. Okay, so don't beat yourself up over the decisions you made but change those decisions. So if you made a mistake, forgive yourself. If you made decisions instead of a mistake, change it. Change what you don't love, what you don't like, what's not working for you. You have the right. And people get mad about this when people just change their mind mid mid relationship, whatever it is, you have the right to decide what you want for your life. So if this is not working and you're telling somebody this is not working for me, I feel empty, it's affecting my health, all of that stuff, and they're still being selfish, they're still, doing the things that they want to do, this is the element of influence. Um, so it's the water. So it's emotion. This reading, this love reading is tied to emotion. So you feel a way about this. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So this might relate to you. But if somebody isn't, you're talking to them, repeating yourself about things you need, and they're not complying. Maybe they're not gonna fill that void. You still feel empty. You gotta let that go. And if you're single and you want something better, you have to let go of the notion that everybody is the same. They're not. Okay? And once you start investing in you and focusing on you and not really thinking about relationships or whatever, the best you ever had is coming in. Okay? So that is your love reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with whoever it was meant for. As always, be blessed, and I love you on purpose. Bye.